Hi, my name is Jay with Kick Foosball Tables. First off, I'd like to welcome you to the Kick family. Today I'll be showing you how to properly set up and assemble your Kick Armada Brown 55-inch table. I hope this instruction video is helpful. I know sometimes these user manuals can be pretty hard to go by, so I want you to go ahead and revert to your manual for a parts list only, as some of my videos do not reflect some of the step-by-step graphs located in the construction manual. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is open your box and take a look at your contents. Then, we'll each piece out onto your floor individually. If you are assembling your foosball table on a hard surface, I do recommend that you have a large blanket or large piece of cardboard. That way we don't damage our table during the assembly process. Next, you want to match each part to what's inside your instruction manual.
After you've matched each part to what's inside your instruction manual, if you notice any missing or damaged parts, please contact Kick Customer Support with pictures of the shipping label, the box itself, and the damaged part. Our contact information will be listed at the end of this video.
For steps 1 and 2, we'll be attaching both of our side panels number 1 to both end panels number 2, along with our play field. We'll be using bolts number 23 and washers number 25. We'll be attaching just one of our side panels to both end panels for right now, and then attaching the play field, and then finally attaching the last of the 2 side panels. The first thing you want to do though is make sure that the ball entry hole is faced downwards, closest to the floor, and that the groove that you see on top of the side panel faces inwards towards you. You also want to make sure that the goalie hole on your end panel is faced downwards, closest to the floor, and that the top of the end panel is face down as well. You want to go ahead and line up both the holes on your side panel to both the holes on your end panel. Then you want to insert your number 23 bolt and number 25 washer. You want to secure with the Allen wrench that was provided. Next, you want to place your play field face down on top of the assembly. You want to make sure that the play field slides into the groove on top of the side panel and onto the end panel. Once it's in place, you can go ahead and attach the other side panel. Next, we'll be securing our playing field to the bottom of the assembly using screws number 27. You'll notice that there are 16 pre-drilled holes around the perimeter of your table. So we'll go ahead and insert your screws into all of those holes. You might need to provide your own Phillips head screwdriver. However, I'll be using my impact driver fitted with the Phillips head tip to help speed along this process. Step 3, we'll be attaching both of our ball catchers number 7 using screws number 27, and both of our support rods number 6 using our nuts number 26. First thing you want to do is go ahead and line up your ball catcher over the hole on the end panel. You want to make sure that the ball catcher is in this position that you see here. You will notice that there are 2 holes here on both sides of the ball catcher. Just go ahead and insert your number 27 screw into that hole and secure. Next, we'll be securing both of our support rods number 6 to both side panels in our playing field using nuts number 26. You'll notice that there are two bottom holes here on the side panel. So we're going to insert those rods into those holes. This next step's a little bit tricky. What you want to go ahead and do is you want to thread both of your nuts on the end of your rod, just a couple turns each on each side, just so that it catches the end of the bolt. I found it easier to use two different Allen wrenches, one on each side, one turning clockwise and the other turning counterclockwise. However, if you don't have a second Allen wrench, you just want to go ahead and hold your rod in place and then turn each side a couple of turns each until they are both tightened against the side panel. For step 4, we're attaching all of our legs, number 4, using bolts number 21 and washers number 22. What you want to make sure is that the straight side of your leg is faced outwards towards the end panel. For instance, there is an angle on this side and it's straight on this side. You also want to make sure that you attach your leg to the outside of the table and not the inside. So this would be incorrect, then this would be correct. Go ahead and line up all 3 of your holes to all 3 holes on your side panel. Then you want to go ahead and insert your number 21 bolt, number 22 washer. And you want to secure it with the Allen wrench that was provided. For step 5, we'll be attaching our cross brace number 5 between both of our legs using bolts number 24 and washers number 25. So I'm going to go ahead and line up the holes on your leg to the holes that you see here on your brace. Then you want to insert number 24 bolt, number 25 washer into the top hole and into the bottom hole, and secure it with the Allen wrench that was provided. Once you've secured both of your cross braces, we can now go to the next step in turning over our table. This is a two-person job, so you need some assistance for this part of the assembly. What you want to make sure is that you don't rest the weight of the table on either of the legs. So turn over your table in one swift, full motion so that all the legs hit the ground at the same time. For step 6, we'll be inserting all of our rods and attaching each player to each rod. You want to carefully review the diagram located in the instruction manual prior to inserting your rods. Or you can fast forward where I've attached a photo in the next clip where it shows the correct rod and player placement.
Here's how to set up the rods and players on your new Kick Foosball table. Place 4 handles on each side of the table in this specific order. Make sure the 4 handles for your home team are in this specific order, as shown in the diagram. Also make sure your players are facing the opposing team and toward the opponent's goal, not the same team or your own goal.
What you want to make sure is that you have the correct amount of holes in your rod and that they are positioned correctly on the table. You also want to make sure that there's a hole on the correct side of the table where the handles will later go. You might have noticed that there are 2 different styles of foosball men, one set of uniform hard plastic men and one set of ABS counterbalance men. You want to go ahead and subscribe to our channel and then scroll down to the video where it explains the differences between counterbalance men versus uniform men prior to attaching them to your table or to your bars. Next, I'm going to explain to you the differences between a 1-man goalie versus a 3-man goalie setup. If you plan on going with the 1-man goalie, you'll have 1 goalie on your goalie rod, and then you will add these 2 white stop rings in place of the players. Basically, the 1-man goalie is more of a fast-paced, competitive style of playing, and a 3-man goalie setup provides more defense around the goal, making it harder to score. Again, completely up to you. If you decide to go with the one-man goalie, you want to go ahead and attach all 4 of these green triangle corner ramps to the 4 corners of your playfield and secure them with screws number 33 and then cap them off at the very end. These ramps will only work with a one-man goalie setup. They will not work with a 3-man goalie setup. So today, I'm actually not going to be using these. I will be doing a 3-man goalie setup today, and I will show you how to do that now. What you want to go ahead and do is insert your rod about halfway onto the table like this. Then you want to go ahead and add a stopper, a plastic ring. Then you want to add the correct amount of players per holes in your rod, making sure that the players are facing the opposing team. Then you want to add another washer and another bumper. Then you want to complete by sliding through the second hole. Line your players up over the holes on the rod. Alright, once all your players are lined up over the hole in the rod, again, if you went with the one-man goalie setup, you want to go ahead and replace these 2 outer men with the white stop rings. And then also install your forward green triangle corner ramps on all 4 corners of your playfield. We'll be securing our players today with bolts number 28 and lock nuts number 29. So we'll go ahead and line up the hole in the chest of the player to the hole on the rod. Insert your bolt into the chest of the player. Hold the bolt in place, turn your player around, insert your nut, hold the nut in place, turn your player back around, and then secure. For step 8, we'll be securing both of our slide scores, number 20 to both end panels with screws number 30, and our handles, number 8 with screws number 31, our ball entry cups, number 12, and screws number 32. When attaching your slide score, you just want to go ahead and line up the slide score over the 2 pre-scored holes on the end panel. You also want to make sure that the numbers 1 through 10 face inwards towards the playing field, and that you go ahead and match the color of the slide score with your team. Insert your number 30 screw and secure. Next, we'll be attaching our handles to the hole in the end of the rod. So we'll go ahead and line up the hole in the handle to the hole in the rod. Insert your screw and secure. You want to go ahead and attach your rubber end cap number 9 to the other end of the rod. One quick note, these handles are really high quality. Some of the other companies use really cheap rubber slide-on handles. Also, these rods are semi-hollow, so they are durable enough to rough play, yet light enough to let the player have full control over the rod. If you need any rod lubricant, please contact Kick and we'll send you a free complimentary bottle. Next, you want to go ahead and insert both of your ball entry cups into the hole on both side panels. So you want to go ahead and line up the hole on your ball entry cup to the pre-scored hole that you see here on your side panel. Insert your screw and secure. One quick note, to store your table into a folding storable position, so I'm going to go ahead and remove both of these bottom bolts and the legs should fold in. Congratulations! We are now finished assembling our Kick Armada 55-inch brown table. You are now free to enjoy your table with your friends and family. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please visit us at www.kickfoosballtables.com or you can email us at support@kickfoosballtables.com.